Hello everyone, thank you for agreeing to participate in the New York City Pollinator Project. Today we're going to go over how to perform a survey to help us accomplish this goal of tracking the abundance and diversity of pollinators in New York City. So before you get started, be sure to look over the Pollinator and Plant ID Guide to be able to kind of help differentiate the different plants and pollinators you're going to see. Once you feel confident in your ability to do that, you're going to go out into the New York City anywhere and look for a flower patch. This could be in a park or in a yard or even along the roadside. So here we found a nice flower, and so once we found our flower patch, you're going to get a data sheet and fill out the basic environmental conditions of your area. So here, Yasmina here is marking down that it's cloudy. We have a cloudy overcast day. There's no litter here. We're in a nice grassland area, and we know the species of flower here, ironweed. And you're gonna choose the number of flowers there. So we're not gonna do the entire plant. We're gonna do kind of this area right here. How many flowers would you say this is? Yeah, about 50 flowers, so 50 individual flowers in this patch, and we're only going to focus on this patch for the survey. Okay, so once we have that down, we are in full sun. Even though it's overcast, this is a full sun area, right? There's nothing creating shade here. And then, so once we have all that down, we're going to start our 3-minute survey. Once Yasmina starts, she's going to look at these flowers, and any pollinator she sees visit those flowers, she's going to mark. And so we have some bees up here, and importantly, you're only going to mark that individual one time, right? So even if that same individual goes from flower to flower, you're just marking that as a single individual. But when new individuals come in, you'll then mark that as another pollinator. So here we have bees. In the other category, you can tell that they're bees. They're not honeybees. They don't have that coloration. They're a little bit smaller, but they do have the eyes separated on either side of their head, and they have longer antennae, which tells you that it's a bee and not a fly or a different kind of insect. And also another thing you want to do on these surveys, you only want to do one flower species at a time. So even though there are other flowers down here, we have some wild carrot down here, we only want to focus on one type of flower for one survey. And then if you want to do a different flower species, you can do a different survey on that different flower, but only one flower type per patch, right? The flower is going to have a big effect on what type of pollinators visit it, and so we want to focus on one flower at a time. Okay, so now that the 3 minutes are over, the survey is complete and it's ready to be uploaded to our database. Good job, and thank you for helping us keep track of our pollinator community.